Hey, Mr. Manly here with lesson number 848 in How to Be Manly. My niece plays field hockey. She asked me to attend a recent game, and I said, okay. While watching the match, I noticed the coach was yelling and screaming at the players, including my niece. Well, my niece's team was victorious, and I was on the field to meet some players when my niece introduced me to Coach K. I said, nice to meet you, but do you have to yell at these girls during the match? After all, it's just field hockey. Well, she lit up and gave me a tongue lashing. At this point, I knew I must respond to this battle axe and cleats in a manly manner. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, follow along in your manly manual, page number 848, and repeat after me. Number 1, hey, Coach K, you seem a little tense. When was the last time you had your cleats rotated? Number 2, you gave me a tongue lashing. Is that the only way you lash out your tongue? Number 3, we'd ask you to join us for pizza, but you probably have other things you'd rather do with your mouth. Shortly after, as Coach K takes a field hockey stick, beats you with it, then sticks it where the sun doesn't shine, you'll realize just what kind of man you really are. Until next time, this is Mr. Manly saying, be manly, and good day.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Kim Kardashian launched a line of bathroom accessories. You can find them at Bed Bath & Behind. Tomorrow is National Grouch Day, otherwise known as my favorite holiday in October. Halloween Ends, the supposed final entry in the Halloween series, is out now. Spoiler alert, Michael Myers is finally defeated after making fun of Jada Pinkett's hair.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
The following rant may cause you to pull your hair out, scream at the radio, punch the dashboard. Complaints should be addressed to Loudmouth Yambag at rock107.com.
Hey, I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and here's what's got me jacked. Let's talk about grocery shopping. Many of us do it. Few of us look forward to it. I mean, I do it every week, which is kind of my fault that I get dragged to the supermarket every week. But when my wife Tara and I started dating, started getting serious, I would often go shopping with her in an effort to spend a little more time together. Well, now it's mandatory. So every week I trudge up and down the aisles, fighting the good fight, grabbing what we need for the week with my wife. And let me tell you, I don't love it. No, I don't. Lots of things get me aggravated at the grocery store, but the number one annoyance, the one thing that's got me ready to throw fists at the drop of a hat, is the shopping carts. Now, most of them pull left or right, no matter how hard you lean into steering them. Some of them even seem to have their own intermittent braking system, so when you finally do get it going straight, it locks up behind you and you bang, smash your shin into the metal. Ah! But by far, the worst part of shopping carts is the other people using them. People do not know how to operate their shopping carts. They don't. I think you should treat the cart like a car. Stay in your lane, your side of the aisle, left or right, I don't care which. Just don't weave back and forth down the spice aisle like Dina Lohan behind the wheel after a night of clubbing. Try to remember there are other people in the store. Also, don't leave your cart perpendicular to the shelves in the middle of the bread aisle while you go down to the deli and waste 23 minutes getting bologna sliced thinner than the reasoning for a roughing the passer call in the NFL. And for crying out loud, please, for the love of all that's holy, don't stand there blocking the aisle while you and the missus argue about what flavor Pop-Tart Jr. likes. The rest of us are stacked up behind you like the cholesterol that fills your arteries. We're wanting to get by. How many times do I have to say excuse me before it's permissible to ram the shopping cart into your massive cankles, you yambag? Get to one side so we can all shop and get away from your foul stench of Red Bull and B.O. Hey, while you're in the store, head down to aisle 3. That's where they keep the body wash. I'm Prospector. I'm for the people. Who's with me? I gotta go crazy, man.
Ever see the crazy guy screaming at the wall outside the Times building?
Where does this rage come from, my son?
Tweet us with hashtag #IFoundProspector and we'll come and get him. Prospector, mornings on Rock 107.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
This is kind of like that friend who moved out to Los Angeles to be an actor and failed, but it's good because they kind of find their real calling when they're there. A breeder in Washington State paid $10,000 for a purebred lab named Duke and hoped that he'd be a good show dog someday. But she entered him in some competitions, and every time a judge touched him, he'd just roll over and want them to rub his belly, which is incredibly cute, but not so good for a show dog. Turns out he's much better at something else anyway. He now works for the Oregon Department of Human Services as a comfort dog for kids.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
I'm looking forward to grabbing a few Reese's bars from my nephew next weekend. On Rock 107's Prospector, a survey finds that 52% of parents love trick-or-treating with their kids, and 81% of the kids eat all their candy in a week. A week? I made it like 2 nights. But after that, things really get interesting, which you'll see when we break down our list of top 5 surprisingly honest Halloween survey results. Here we go. Number 5, 43% of people mistake that plastic skeleton decoration for Celine Dion. Top 5 surprisingly honest Halloween survey results. Number 4, 62% of guys with man buns accidentally give trick-or-treaters their edibles. Number 3, 38% of partygoers wind up with oral herpes after bobbing for apples. Top 5 surprisingly honest Halloween survey results. Number 2, 82% of adults who answer the door in costume are sad, lonely weirdos who should be kept away from your child. And the number 1 surprisingly honest Halloween survey result, 0% of trick-or-treaters thinks your I'm a goner tombstone is clever. There you have it.
I'm Thanksgiving, and I approve this message. October 31st, vote no on Halloween. Halloween supports dangerous roving gangs of children going door to door to get their fix. When it comes to healthcare, Halloween doesn't care. Under Halloween, tooth decay rates have doubled and instances of child obesity have skyrocketed. Halloween is deceptive. Sure, it may look like a sexy firefighter, but don't count on Halloween if your house is burning down. And Halloween is not a legal holiday. If Halloween had its choice, it would allow for more illegal holidays to invade and take over your calendar. Don't be tricked. Halloween is no treat. This October 31st, vote no on Halloween. Paid for by Thanksgiving.
A dunce or an ignoramus, you know, a dullard, simpleton, or a clot, nitwit, dipstick, pea-brain, mouth breather, or cretin.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Yambag of the Week.
Here are the nominees. Nominee number 1.
A 27-year-old woman with 11 outstanding warrants was arrested last week after she applied for a security job at a police station.
Nominee number 2.
4 daycare workers in Mississippi are out of a job after they tried to make a bunch of little kids behave by wearing a Halloween mask from the movie Scream to scare them into submission.
Nominee number 3.
A 46-year-old man in California allegedly shined a green laser pointer into another car while in a road rage last weekend. That car then crashed into him. No one was hurt, but the guy was cited by the police.
Nominee number 4.
A 67-year-old guy in North Carolina tried to get in someone's home last Thursday, but they slammed the door on his hand. Cops were able to track him down because he left some DNA behind, a glove with his severed finger in it.
And the winner is
the wanted fugitive who actually had the audacity to go and apply for a job at a police station. Yeah, she got caught for all her outstanding warrants and is now arrested. She's the Yambag of the Week. Keep it here Monday morning for a whole new slate of nominees for Prospector's Yambag of the Day on Rock 107. For listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.